Hello and welcome to Blog She Wrote. Today we're going to be mixing greens for our very first nature art tutorial. We're making trees like these here. I'm going to be mixing the greens and the other colors of these trees. As you can see, between the three different versions I have slightly different greens. That's because I was mixing and remixing and I didn't always end up with quite the same green. It doesn't matter. So today I'm going to start by mixing the greens I want from greens I already have. So here I have sap green and viridian, and I like to use tube watercolors, and you can get tube watercolors not terribly expensive from any real craft supply store for like under $10, especially if you have coupons. So I'm going to start with these two. Also going to want some red and some of Payne's Gray. Payne's Gray is a very useful color. It's gray, but with an undertone of blue, so it's really a blue-gray. It's very helpful. So first I'm going to take a large amount of the viridian, clean my brush, some of the sap green. I don't need near so much of the sap green. Going to want some of Payne's Gray. And a tiny bit of red. If you have a palette like mine with multiple wells, I really suggest you dedicate one to mixing greens. It's very helpful, and I find that I leave colors in there and I just build up over what I already have, and it gets me very rich greens. For today's green, we're going to want a lot of the viridian, a fair amount of the red, and a little of the sap green. And that's the look we're going for. So that's what I've got for the main tree. For the background tree, you're going to add a little more of the Payne's Gray and a little more water. And that'll get you a lighter color, which I like to do the background greens in. For the background trees, you're going to want to have less water as you come over to the right of the painting, because those trees are going to be farther away from your focus point. When you go on to paint the main tree, you're going to want a little more of the greens, a little more of the red. Now I'll get you a darker green. Sometimes when I'm mixing dark greens, I substitute the red for brown. That will also work. And it gets you a darker color. But sometimes you don't want to mix greens from greens. Generally, when I'm working in watercolor, I mix my greens from greens I already have. But when I'm working in watercolor, I always mix greens from greens I have. When I'm working in acrylic, I always mix greens from blue and yellow. To mix greens from blue and yellow, these are the two blues, the blue and the yellow I'll be using today. I'm going to take a lot of the yellow and less of the blue, even though we want a bluish green. Because the thing with blue is it'll overtake the yellow very easily. It does not take much blue. This is our mix, and it's got a little more blue than I would like. So I'm going to add more of the yellow. And adjust this how we like. Add more of the red till we get it, and then you use just the same kind of techniques to get it to this color. For the clouds and for the shadow, our mix is going to be mostly Payne's Gray with a little bit of white. and a touch of blue. That'll get us this, which if you add more water is our shadow color. And if you add even more water, it's our sky color. This is more of our sky color, more of our shadow color. And any variations on this will work for your trees. Thank you for watching, and good luck with mixing your greens.